All right. Robb Hicken, Robbhicken, Chief Storyteller with the Better Business Bureau.
Okay. Okay, and so we're talking about the scam today. Is this something how long have you been receiving information about this for?
We started receiving calls yesterday. Well, actually, just before Christmas, we actually got some calls, and yesterday. And typically it's been a call that's been an unidentified number, and people have hung up on the phone, and so they're looking for answers. Who is this calling me from this strange number?
Okay, and so one of the main concerns, obviously, is how they're getting money from people. If you answer the call, the services that you subscribe to will be charged.
When you call the number back, what you're doing is you're acknowledging that this is a phone call you're making, and so their service provider is billing your service provider to collect money. There's no exchange of money between you and the actual caller other than through the service providers. And so what we're seeing is the service provider is acting as the third carrier. So they're picking up your information, passing it along because of your cell phone number, and it's coming through your cell phone bill.
Okay, and how much are these charges?
They can vary anywhere from minimal $15 a minute charge to we've seen calls as big as $100 of charges. Just because once they get you on the line, they want to keep you there as long as they can so that they can rack up the minutes. You know, the calling card or your cell phone is billed in minutes when it's an international call like this. And so they're wanting to hold you on that phone just as long as they can keep you there and get the most money out of you as they can.
Okay, and one of the things we were kind of wondering is mobile cramming, and I'm not sure if people really understand what that is compared to just like a phone scam.
Mobile cramming is when it's all behind the scenes. In other words, you've agreed to a subscription of something simply by calling that phone number. I call you, and as making the phone call, I agree to the terms that you've set up, even though they've not been stated. And so what they're doing is they're cramming it onto your phone bill behind the scenes. Just the mere fact that you get a phone call, you won't get charged for. But when you make that return phone call or you answer that phone number that you don't know, you could be agreeing to pay the charges that are associated with that phone call.
Okay. And so what are some of the things you're advising people to do when it comes to these types of phone calls? Is it just simple screening?
Always, if you don't know the number, the tip we always give people is if you don't know the number you're getting a call from, you don't have to answer. It's not imperative that you answer your cell phone every time it rings. And today's technology allows us to have some of that tracking information put there. Be aware of who's calling you and what the phone number is. And then if you do get a phone call and you don't understand, or it's a number you didn't answer, you can always go online and Google it. Facebook has a great one on this particular scam that's out there right now. And if you just even type in the phone number that's on your phone, that 473 number, you're going to find a whole list of scam acknowledgments and understandings about it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. When it comes to informing people about the scam, do you just call the local police department, or what are those things?
Absolutely. We suggest that you first and foremost contact your cell phone provider. That would be your Verizon, T-Mobile, one of those service providers that you have, and let them know about this phone number that got through. Your cell phone provider is working really hard to protect you as a consumer. Next, get on the phone and call the police department and let them know that you've been part of a scam. And all it does is it puts it in the record that you contacted the phone provider and the police department, acknowledging that I understood it was a scam when I hung up, and therefore it gets recorded in some kind of a public record for your safety.
Okay. And then, let's see. When we looked at the police department and saw that it's really hard to prosecute these types of things. So why is it important to submit the phone numbers if they're really hard to track anyway?
By submitting the phone number to your cell phone provider, they can put an international block on those numbers coming into the United States. and therefore it protects other consumers from getting scammed in the scam. It's just a method of protection.
Sorry?
It's just a protection for other consumers.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you have anything else you want to add?
We encourage people just to be, pay attention to their monthly bill once it comes in. If you feel like you've been a part of a victim of a scam like this, get your monthly statement, look it over real carefully, because sometimes they'll put the reoccurring phone calls in there, and you'll be able to detect that there's a problem with it on cramming. A subscription you never subscribe to will show up every month, and sometimes it may be just a 99 cent charge that shows up. But go over your statement all the time. Look for things that are out of the ordinary, out of the place.